Welcome back to Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. Jack, you were talking about the dichotomy between Demetra DeMonte and a former person.
Big contrast. Yeah, it was Bob Shalander was the former delegate to the RNC from Illinois, in this thing, close association with Bill Cellini. What was really a problem with Shalander is that he got a commission of, I think it was some $906,000 on working with a pension fund, and another time some $3.5 million. And as a result, he was individual K or something in the proffer that has sent Cellini off to jail. So I could tell you a long story about the collusion that went on between individual K, Bob Shalander. Shalander starts with a K, his funny spelling of his name, and the Speaker of the House, Hastert. The two of them combined politically to throw out the state chairman here in Illinois, and that's what alerted me to the, my opinion, nefarious career of Bob Shalander. Your predecessor was part of the old Republican Party that was way too friendly with the Democrat Party. That's a thing of the past now. And with you in there, it cemented a very important link from Illinois to the National Republican Party. And you're as clean as Caesar's wife, and which was very necessary in those days. And to have an able, active woman like you, in contrast to this political fellow that I did my best to get unseated. And you were on your own, without any real help from me. You got into this wonderful position of being a delegate to the RNC. And a lot of good things have resulted from that. And it's one of the linchpins of a revival of the Republican Party in devotion to its very good platform.
Yes.
The good ideals that the Tea Party likes so much, when I say from values to victory, because a lot of the values are in the Republican platform that was there all the time with these guys that were violating it. But I know you stand very tall for values.
Well, I'll tell you, I was mentioned earlier, I started on the ground as a precinct committeeman. In fact, I still am a precinct committeeman. And I actually got to my position the old-fashioned way.
You worked
a wonderful four-letter word, work. Basically just work. And
it's hard work.
And like you having the right belief system and doing it, I believe, for the right reasons, not for personal gain, but because of love of country. And that is why we're in this.
I think it's a heart. It's really an affair of the heart.
Yes.
You believe Americanism is the greatest and best thing God ever gave to this world, and our founders established something so awesome, a constitution, and our government being a limited government to allow people to go out and innovate and be prosperous. And there's no guarantee if you work hard and sacrifice, you're going to be successful, but there's an opportunity there, and not pick winners and losers. And it's that heartfelt belief, I think, that resonates when you're talking to voters and you ask them questions, so especially those independents, when you start drilling down and asking them questions. Do you think this is the America that our founders had? Why do you think this is better? And they don't. They don't. They see that things are not right. And
our press has certainly not been working on what you're talking about. The press is constantly saying how wonderful Mr. Obama is. Mr. Obama is very definitely a socialist. His whole career, all the things he's done, the regulations, everything, he's, without putting a nasty name on him, he's a socialist.
Well, no,
and that means the government is making all the decisions for you.
No, you're absolutely right. When I became a member of the Republican National Committee, I brought my grassroots, I brought my belief system with me. And I am a founder of, and I think we've talked about this before, the Republican National Conservative Caucus, which is the Tea Party of the RNC. When I first came on board, it's like 3.5 years ago, there were a group of us. We pushed hard for resolutions going through the RNC, one which said that Obama and the Democrats were taking us down the road to socialism. We all know now what this man is. 3.5 years ago, people did not call him out.
Why didn't they call him
Well,
out?
they were, well, I'll tell you, I don't know, maybe we were more perceptive because we were on the ground.
Listen, he wasn't elected. It was a conspiracy.
Yeah.
It really made me sick to see the Chicago Tribune. You know, as a youth, I delivered 150 Tribunes every morning before 7 o'clock for $15 a month. So I was a Tribune employee and thought well of them when old Colonel McCormick ran them. But those rascals ran pictures on the front page of the Tribune, this tall, this big. I thought I was looking at Pravda, for God's sakes, with a picture of...
They created this persona that was larger than life.
They never investigated the very things that were right in front of them, like the Annenberg affair, that he was chairman of it, put there by that guy, that old rioting... what the
Bill
heck?
Ayers?
Yeah,
Bill
Ayers. And his wife, the old revolutionaries,
Dorn.
his close
that
friends that put him in as the chairman of the Annenberg Institute. There's nothing wrong with Annenberg, but Ayers got the money and he installed Obama as the chairman of that thing. And Obama says, oh, he's some guy in my neighborhood.
Yeah, his first fundraiser
like he doesn't
was
know
at
him.
his house.
And yet they're bosom buddies.
Well, and the problem is he has taken the corruption of Chicago to
He came from the
Washington.
cesspool of the United States.
He absolutely
He's a
did.
product of it.
He is,
Well, he's a
he is.
community organizer
He is.
under Saul Alinsky. Michael, you wanted to plug in.
Yeah, well, in 2008, during the presidential election, I did a number of videos. Dear Mr. Obama, Economics 101. Dear Mr. Obama, Energy Now. I mean, I'm no brain, but everything that I said back in 2004 has come to fruition. Now, some people say he's a socialist. I don't believe his policies haven't been a matter of socialism. They haven't even been a matter of liberalism. I believe, because everything he's done has been done to hurt the private sector and stall this recovery. Why? Because he wanted people dependent upon government. I believe he's been trying to do what the Democrats have done in Chicago. They've ruled for 50 years with an iron fist because there's more people that are dependent on government than are paying into it.
And it's happening nationally. We're at that
48% are receiving
right now.
some kind of aid from the
We are way
government.
too close right now. Too many people are on the government dole. And let's face it, when you start feeling let down and all that other stuff, and you're just getting handouts, it starts becoming easier and easier. It's called the Cloward-Piven strategy. Rudy Giuliani mentioned it back in, I don't know, was it the 80s? But Demetra, you know what I want to talk to you about? The war on women. Why does the Democratic Party think that women should be beholden to the Democrats, that the Democrats are the ones that give us our equal rights as women? What are your thoughts on that as a conservative woman?
Well, I don't buy it.
Why do you think some women do?
Some, because maybe they're easily influenced.
Because the press says so. There's,
well,
like everything
right.
they do, there's
Yes.
no reality in it.
Right.
Was there any reality in the way that Obama got elected?
Perception is reality,
Well,
though. I don't
Oh, yeah,
think
to the-
a lot of it is. Yeah.
Of course it is, but it isn't. It isn't the truth. But it's
Absolutely
in
not the
politics.
truth.
It passes for the truth until the public finds out that they've been jobbed by the press.
Hoodwinked.
Hoodwinked. Listen, the press got subverted way back when, in the 40s, when the communists were putting Communist Party USA as a thing, and they went in and they played the chess game and they subverted our press till it was very, very left wing. But the communists never thought that they were going to push CPS USA through. But they concentrated on the Democratic Party and the press and the professors, and that's where they went to get the subversion of the United States. And we still see the remains of that push. Luckily, they got shoved back, mainly defeated by Reagan. They called Reagan dumb before and after he was elected, how dumb that man was. Well, he really did show how dumb the press was, and why did they have such a strange position.
You know what? We're going to hear more from Demetra DeMonte when we come back after the break.